On this week's episode of BJ in the Morning, we're going to talk about everybody's greatest fears or phobias. Let's go.
Welcome
to BJ in the Morning.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And Juan, what you got right there, dude?
I have a peach Arizona hard iced tea.
We did it.
Dude.
We did it.
It's 100% it's our fault. It's because of us.
Because of us. Yeah, there you go.
That we now have Arizona hard tea in the AZ, baby.
In the AZ, baby.
Dude, I'm so proud right now.
Yeah.
And so happy.
We did it. We're the only reason it's in Arizona.
Currently, I have the peach.
The peach?
I'm going to taste it, but this is not a video about this, okay?
Juan's just going to be drinking it.
I just want to drink it. I've been waiting so long, I have to drink it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop her open.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little ASMR in here. Oh, that was a good one.
It looks good.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 pop.
10 out of 10.
Why don't you hate it?
Oh, it kind of smells disgusting. I'm not going to lie. All right. Like in Spaceballs when he opens a can of air. He's like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Wow.
I haven't tried that one. Let me try it.
Oh,
before you say anything. Is it bad?
Whoa. Woo!
I mean, it definitely tastes like tea.
Is the liquor taste?
It's real strong.
It's strong.
Yeah.
I can taste the liquor.
I think you gotta like shake them up a little bit. So when you get to the bottom of that one, because I don't think you shook it, you're gonna get all the flavor. I'm not gonna lie, I did drink a green one. Do you hate it?
I don't hate it, but it's really strong.
It's really strong. Yeah, it's 5%. I spent the last weekend moving. Right. Which is why we're doing this episode so late in the week. And after the first day of moving, I had them in my fridge ready for us to try them. Yeah. And I said, fuck it. And I popped open a green one and I chugged that thing, dude. Yeah. And I didn't shake it. And the whole bottom of the can, perfect. You know? Yeah. Because it had all the green tea settled at the bottom.
I see what you're saying.
But I hadn't tried the peach one. I took a sip of the
I do have a green tea one right here.
Oh, yeah? When are you going to pop that one?
Maybe in the middle of the episode.
In the middle
and I will be fucking obliterated at the end of the fucking episode.
Yeah, so that day I didn't eat any food all day, and I hadn't drank any water, and I downed the green tea just real fast.
Yeah.
It hit a little bit, you know? Yeah. But they're kind of dangerous. They're pretty good.
No, they really are dangerous because it is good.
Yeah.
It's the aftertaste that is maybe because I didn't shake it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should shake it.
But there's a lot of alcohol flavor in there.
Yeah. 5% alcohol.
But we did it, man. We're the reason it's here. If you haven't checked out our campaign to get Arizona hard tea in Arizona,
check it out. It'll be like on the link right here, maybe.
Probably. I'll have to remember to do it when I edit the video.
One of these tea coroners
in an hour from now. But Juan, we're not talking about Arizona hard tea today.
We're not.
We're talking about something a little more intense, something a little more fun in a way.
Yeah.
So I have this pretty awesome little list pulled up here.
Right.
And this is a list of phobias. So the 10 most common phobias as of this year. This is when this list was updated. It said updated in January of 2023. So it's almost outdated by a year.
January 2023. Yeah, almost there. We're about 10 months in.
Yeah. Yeah. But so these phobias, according to this article, these phobias lead to significant fear and can result in experiencing symptoms such as dizziness, nausea, breathlessness, and in some cases, they may escalate into a full-blown panic attack.
Because of the fears?
Because of the way...
Or because of reading the list?
Both.
Okay. Okay.
But also dizziness, nausea, and breathlessness. It just sounds like you took a really strong hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't do any of that. But, like, if someone did do that, I feel like you would feel that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple different types of phobias we're going to get into. But before I jump in this list, I wanted to ask you, do you have any phobias? Like anything that you're just truly just afraid of? And I think we've talked about one of your fears recently.
Uh-huh.
But do you want to bring it up again just to bring it up?
Sure. I am scared of clowns.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked about before, I'm not scared of clowns anymore. Like, I'm desensitized to seeing a clown on the TV or in a movie. Sometimes I still get a little cringe, you know, but it's still like a main fear of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I recently went to the slaughterhouse, and they have a whole thing of just clowns.
Yeah.
And I was like this the whole time. So they make you wear the 3D glasses.
Uh-huh.
And they kept falling off. So I was like this, holding my glasses and just cringing the whole time.
Yeah.
And I didn't get got.
Yeah.
Not one time until the very end when they have a wall of clown masks.
Uh-huh.
And it's just a whole wall of clown masks that glow in the dark and they pop out at you because of the glasses.
Yeah.
And then there's a motherfucker in an all black suit.
With
and
the mask
there's
on?
a clown mask here and a clown mask on his chest. And then all of a sudden it just starts coming out at me and reaching towards me. And I was like, oh my God. And I, dude, remember I told you I would not fight a clown because I would be so scared? I was up against the wall like this. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, so he really got you.
Dude, I got that one time.
Yeah. So the phobia for being afraid of clowns, and I'm gonna struggle with a lot of these phobia names because they're pretty tough.
I think I know this one.
What do you think it is?
Agoraphobia.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't think you would guess based on that name. What is it again?
Agoraphobia.
Yeah, that sounds like you're afraid of colors. You know. So.
I mean, clowns do have a lot of colors.
They typically red and white, and little bits of green and stuff. Sometimes
blue.
Yeah. So you're not wrong. But I thought while we're going through this list, I'm gonna start with the phobia itself, at least the scientific name for the phobia, to see if you can guess what the phobia is, and then we'll jump into it.
Okay, so you're gonna read the phobia.
I'm
gonna guess the phobia.
Yep. And then we'll talk about the phobia.
You're going to tell me about the phobia.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we're going to start with an easy one.
Okay.
This is one that I suffer from. And it's real simple. Like I said, it's arachnophobia.
Oh.
What is arachnophobia?
The fear of spiders.
Insert gif of Megamind. Yeah, the fear of spiders or other arachnids is known as arachnophobia. That doesn't scare me as much as it used to. So I think it's similar to your clown thing, where it's like I'm kind of desensitized. Like in movies, sometimes it gets me.
Yeah.
And like this little fake one, like I know it's fake. But also, I'm pretty sure I've told you the story, and I texted you when it happened. But there was that one night I left doing the podcast with you, and I got to my apartment, and there was a giant, like just this huge spider on my door.
Oh yes, you texted me, and I'm like trying to go to bed, and I'm like,
Juan, I can't go inside. And
you're like, you'll be fine, dude.
This
thing, go wait in your car.
was like this big, just on the door. Like if I open the door, I was like, it's gonna go in my apartment, and I'm never gonna see it again, and then it's gonna kill me in my sleep.
Honestly, I am slightly afraid of big spiders.
Yeah,
little spiders, not so much. But big spiders. Yeah. I'm
pretty sure it was like a huntsman or like a wolf spider, one of those two.
I don't care.
But did you know there's an estimated 35,000 species of spiders?
35,000 different species?
Yeah. But not all 35,000 of them are harmful to people, but my brain says they're all harmful. Yeah. You know, when I see 8 little legs, 8 little eyeballs, that's too many.
But who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man. It makes no sense. No, and I get that, and I know the like irony in that is really funny.
Yeah.
But like I'll see people who have like spider tattoos, and I'll think it's real. You know what I mean? And I'll freak out.
The one that has like the 3D shadow on it.
Yeah.
Too.
There's someone that comes into work all the time, and they have that tattoo on their arm, and I always think it's a real fucking spider. But I just can't do it when it comes to spiders, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't care the size. I don't care if you're like, that's my pet tarantula name. I don't know.
If it gets near me, I'm hitting it.
That's my pet spider named Harold. I'm gonna squish it with a bat.
Yeah.
If I can muster up the courage.
Right.
I've killed tons of spiders in my day, and I'm sorry for all the people out there who's like, you need to save them. The fear that I have, it's life or death, and I'm gonna live.
You know, I get scared too, but I still get the feeling of like wanting to save them as well.
Yeah.
So like there was a wolf spider in my backyard. Remember, I think I told you I was cleaning out the chairs.
And I was like, I'm never coming over again.
Yeah, so there was a wolf spider, and he's just crawling around, and he wasn't even like, even when I was getting close to it, because I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I grabbed like a little like dustpan and like try to get it in there, and I'm still like, I'm like shaking. I'm like, what do I do? And it wasn't getting aggressive, and it wasn't like walking away from me, but I was still like shaking, and I was trying to get it over the wall.
Yeah.
And then I like flipped the dustpan over, and it was stuck to it, and I was like, what do I do? Like if I shake it, it's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
I still get the need,
the heebie-jeebies.
the heebie-jeebies, but the need and the want to like still like, hey, go not here.
Yeah.
Like,
if they're in my house or apartment or whatever, dead. If they're in my car, double dead. Did I ever tell you about the time I was driving to school and there was a spider? Like I was in college and I was driving on the freeway to go to like one of the campuses, and this bigger spider, probably the size of like a quarter or something, just kind of came down on its web from my rear view mirror. And this is when I was like doing theater and everything, and I had my bag with me. I had a lighter and a can of spray deodorant, and I lit that motherfucker up, dude. Like driving down the freeway because I was so scared.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I hate spiders. I hate them. They're scary. No matter what I do, no matter how many times I try to just get over my fear, it is crippling at some points, you know?
I understand.
But anyways, we could spend another 15 minutes on this one phobia, but we got 9 more to go through.
Okay.
Are you ready for the next one? All right, so this is ophidiophobia.
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 Ophidiophobia. I'm going to say the fear of Ophidia.
Ophidia? What is Phidia?
Yeah. Excuse me, Alex?
I'm going to give you a hint. So there's someone in pop culture who has this fear. There's 5 of these movies now. 3 of them were older in the 80s /90s, I think. Mostly 80s, maybe.
Okay.
This specific character was played by the one and only Harrison Ford.
Okay.
Do you know who the character is?
Indiana Jones?
Yeah, what's he afraid of? What's he afraid of? Juan, get there. Make the connection.
Dying.
Snakes. So this phobia is pretty widespread, and its origins are frequently attributed to genetic factors, individual circumstances, or cultural factors. Snakes can occasionally be dangerous, so our ancestors who avoided them were likelier to live and pass on their genes. So it could be something in our genetics that has been passed down, why we're afraid of snakes.
Wow.
We live in a place where there's a high chance that if you see a snake, it's poisonous.
Yeah.
Not the highest place.
True.
In the world, but
True.
up there.
True.
How do you feel about snakes?
I am terrified of snakes.
Yeah.
I'm scared of snakes more than I am of spiders.
Yeah, so maybe you have ophidiophobia.
I would say I do have ophidiophobia, and I would say it is genetic because my mother is also terrified of snakes.
Yeah.
And spiders.
Mm-hmm.
And bats.
Mm-hmm.
And grasshoppers.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like putting my mom on blast.
It's better than how many times you put my mom on blast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I cut all those out.
Hey, don't. No, I didn't say nothing. All right. All right. Anyway, there was one time we were walking, me and my mom, we were walking on a trail.
Yeah.
And it was like one of those like paved trails. So it was like just really easy, just chilling, just walking. And then we see a snake cross by. Didn't do nothing. Didn't coil up. He was just minding its own business.
Yeah, just going back home after a long day of work.
On its merry way, going back to his family.
Yeah, a little snake family.
And I literally got so scared that I like Scooby-Doo jumped into my mom's arms. Okay?
Yeah.
And then she stepped off the pavement and then rolled her ankle. And she like stretched out a bunch of like tendons in her ankle that she had to wear a freaking ankle brace for like 6 months.
That was because of you?
Because of me.
When was this? This wasn't
This was a while ago. I mean,
but like you weren't a kid, right?
No, I want to say it was like 18.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
17, 18, maybe.
Because I remember when your mom was hurt, but I don't think I ever knew why.
Yeah, that was because of me. And then we found a snake in our garage. Mm-hmm. I've seen it twice, and I want to believe it's the same snake.
Here in this house? Ooh,
mm-hmm.
Spooky.
So we open the garage, and then I always see like Maria come in to the garage first, and she steps right over it. And then I just see the snake like look up at her foot like
I'm going to get you.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. But the snake is like that big.
A little baby?
It's tiny.
Yeah.
So like to be honest, it seems like a
TBH?
It seems like it was like a playful like you know?
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneak a little snake.
I'm gonna get that little toesy, you know? I'm gonna get that a little nip of the heel. Anyway, so in my head, I'm freaking out because I'm like, it's a baby rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Which is worse than a big rattlesnake because they cannot control their venom.
Right.
So I'm freaking out. It's just slithering along. And then I'm trying to get it. It gets into my garage. I got a broom. I'm trying to like sweep that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
And it's not getting aggressive. Again, same thing like with the wolf spider. It was not getting aggressive. It was just like, hey,
like I'm just trying to do my thing.
I'm just trying to nip at the toesy.
Yeah,
dude, you know,
I got a foot thing, dude.
And so I looked at it closer. It was not a rattlesnake.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a rattlesnake because it was brown and had like patterns on its back.
Its body.
Its body, and but it wasn't a rattlesnake, and I was happy to hear that. Because I was like, you know what? A little snake like that, it's going to eat, like, whatever comes around.
Spiders.
And I saw it kind of, like, go into, like, a little hole, like, under the house. And I was like, A, burn the house down. B, let it do its thing, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
And I seen him twice. To him.
You believe
for
so?
sure.
For sure?
Yeah, for sure.
You saw its little thing hanging out.
But yeah, I was freaking out.
I just thought of that joke from, was it Three Amigos? It's like, it's a male plane. How do you know? You see the little balls? So yeah, snakes. I don't like snakes. I don't want to hold them.
Mm-hmm.
If people got pet snakes, I ain't doing it. There was this one time my roommates, one of them had a snake. And I got a text while I was at work that the snake got out. And I said, cool, you let me know when you find that motherfucker and I'll come home. I'm off by 6, so please let it be then.
Yeah.
And you know how like in kitchens there's the cabinets that forming like a corner, and you can open both, right? But there was a little hole underneath at the bottom, and the snake was in there. And I was like, you let me know when that thing's found, caught, killed, whatever. And I'll make my way home. I'm going to just go hang out at Starbucks. And I did that.
Wow.
And I waited hours for them to find the snake before I finally went home, because I was not going to like pull open my bed sheets and go to bed and find the snake in my bed or something, you know, like that. Even though the snake wasn't poisonous, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't going to hurt to be bitten by. That thing could have like coiled around your neck. Like, I seen anaconda.
Well, see, the thing is, the hard part of me being afraid of animals or those specific animals is I have a really like soft spot for animals, and I love all animals.
Yeah.
So like I'll see like somebody holding a snake, and it's just kind of like
chilling. I'm
like, that's sick.
Yeah.
Get away from me. But that's cool shit.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know, I've seen Jungle Book. I know what snakes are capable of.
If it's behind a glass, like at the totally the zoo or whatever,
I'm like, look at that thing.
I'm like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so cool.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like, not with spiders though. I can't do it with spiders. They're like too close, too real. There's like an exotic pet shop here, and there's like hallways you can go down that have just cages of spiders, like little displays of spiders. And as soon as I see the webs, I start feeling.
I just got chill. Stop it.
I see webs, I start feeling them crawl all over me. Snakes though, it's more of like I think it's probably the genetic thing that this talked about, where it's just like, I don't want to get close to you.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No thanks.
But also, like, I'm Irish, so where in the genes is that coming from? Or how many snakes? Didn't someone get rid of all the snakes or something out there? I don't know. What's the next phobia on the list is acrophobia. What is acrophobia?
Acro.
ACROPHOBIA.
Spell it one more time.
So I'm just gonna spell
Acro.
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 Phobia.
The fear of.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
just the house.
What is this?
Settling.
A Blue's Clues episode? Yeah. Did you hear that?
Sick. We didn't.
Okay. Acrophobia. I'm gonna go like 1 for 10 in all these because
You're 0 for 10. Arachnophobia doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Acrophobia. The fear of printed words.
I'm sure that's a phobia we could find the name for, but it is not this one. So more than 6% of people in the entire world have acrophobia or a fear of heights.
What? These phobias don't sound anything like what they are.
Yeah, no, I think that's the thing, right? That's why we're making this game out of it. So this phobia is known to cause this phobia is known to cause panic attacks and an aversion to heights. This phobia causes sufferers to avoid elevated areas like towers, bridges, large buildings. With the fear of heights is something that most individuals experience to some extent. This phobia entails a significant dread that can cause panic episodes and avoidance behaviors. So, for me, I don't have a fear of heights necessarily. Like, I can go on roller coasters and like go on airplanes, no problem. But I start getting freaked out when I can see the ground. Like if I'm standing too close to the edge of like a roof, that's when I'm like, ooh, if I fall, it's gonna hurt, and I get a little woozy,
a little wonky.
Yeah. If I'm standing on top of a tall ladder, sometimes, especially because most of the ladders I climb are like they're wobbly, and then I start getting wobbly, and I don't like it. But overall, being on top of a really tall building, not a problem.
Yeah.
Like when I go to Seattle, I go on the top of the Space Needle. It's tons of fun.
Yeah.
Ferris wheels, dope as heck. Roller coasters, again, super cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I'm standing like a 2-story building and like looking over the edge, nah.
You know, I'm not afraid of heights.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's times where I've been on tall ladders before and they kind of wobble.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like whoopsie.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisy.
Almost got me there.
Hey, you stay on the floor.
Hey,
hey, you 4 feet, stay on the floor.
But yeah, I mean, I don't typically have a fear of heights. I think it's just sometimes when I can see the ground, it's more of the hitting the ground from that high that scares me.
Yeah.
And I've just learned to not climb ladders by myself.
Here's how I think of it.
Mm-hmm.
If I fall off a ladder,
yeah,
it's gonna hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
it's not gonna kill me.
No.
If I fall off a second story, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna kill me.
Most likely, depending on where you land.
Anything higher than that, it'll probably kill me, and I probably won't like feel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, not worried about it.
So yeah, heights. The next one on the list. You ready?
Okay. O for.
I think you'll get this one. All right. Aerophobia.
Aero.
Mm-hmm. AERO phobia.
The fear of
Aerosmith. I'm just kidding.
Oh God, I was gonna start singing one of their songs, but it literally just like
every Aerosmith song ever just vanished from your memory.
From my brain. Cause every time I dream of you, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. We're back on track now.
Got it. All right. The fear of airplanes.
Nailed it.
Really?
That's it. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that beforehand. I swear.
It just makes sense though, right? Because like AERO, like aeroplanes, like that's how it used to be spelled, right? I'm sure there's some places out there that still spell it that way.
Yeah.
But do you know airplane accidents are really, really rare?
Yeah.
But 10 to 40% of people experience aerophobia anytime they get close or on a plane. So 1 in 3 people experience terror while flying. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy, right? So they get trembling, accelerated heart, feeling lost. Those are some symptoms of this phobia. And some people just avoid flying entirely due to this fear. And the treatment for it, because it's a fun fact, treatment for it frequently involves exposure therapy. That's the only way to treat this. I think that's the way to treat most phobias, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't have a fear of flying.
I want to say I've been on like 43 planes just this year.
Yeah, right?
Like, I'm not even joking.
No, I know you're not. The listeners don't know how many times you've left this state for long periods of time.
In this year alone.
In this year, yeah.
From November of last year to November of this year.
43 planes.
Literally.
Yeah. You know how many planes I've been on this year? None. The last plane I was on was October of last year.
So I'm not afraid of planes or flying. I've also been on little rinky-dinky planes when I went skydiving.
I won't do skydiving.
No, so when I went skydiving, it was like a plane where you literally sit on the floor.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
And you hear it creaking.
Yeah. Have you ever been on one of those like small planes though? Like, I don't remember the last where I flew from the last time, but I think it was from like Seattle, and we stopped somewhere, I think in Vegas, and then we got on a tiny little plane to come back to Tucson, and it was seriously like 2 rows, like just 1 seat on each side of the plane. Yeah, tiny. You could see the front, see the back from where you were.
Yeah,
you could
I've been on a plane
stretch
like
your
that.
arm out and touch the other side of the thing. It wasn't that bad though.
It's like flying in. It's like sputtering.
Yeah, just like an old timey cartoon. It's like
it lands. It's like
it's like 77 years old, been smoking its whole life.
Well,
stick his tongue out.
I don't got much longer, but I got you.
I got you. Like the taxi from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Roger Rabbit.
But yeah, I don't have a fear of flying. Flying is nice. I'm the kind of person who does get motion sickness pretty quickly though, so I have to like douse myself in ginger and like Dramamine and all that kind of stuff to like get through the motion sickness. So I usually just sleep on the plane. So if it's gonna go down, I'll never know.
Yeah, dude. Since I got my Switch, I just play the Switch from the second I get on that plane to the second I'm getting off that plane.
And that's the problem though. It like adds to my motion sickness, you know. But the last,
sir, would you like a drink? It's like, go away,
ginger ale. The last time I flew, so like last October, I brought my Switch, because we were at the airport for like 2.5 hours or 3 hours before, like we got to the airport really early because it was a work trip.
Yeah.
So all of us were really early to the airport. And of course, if you've ever flown out of Tucson, you don't need to get there 2.5 hours before the flight.
Right.
You could walk onto the plane, like get through security, walk on the plane in 10 minutes, you know? Sometimes. It depends on the
debatable
time of year.
I missed a flight once, and it's a long story why I missed the flight, but it really still to this day makes me upset that I missed that flight because of what happened beforehand. But I get there, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't leave until, 10:30, right? It's 10 o'clock. I'm going through security. I'm, hurrying up. I'm running over to the gate. I'm like, all right, gate, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I get there. Plane's still there. Sick. People are still out there. Sick. I go up to the gate. I'm like, all right, here to get on the plane. They're like, oh, we just closed the gate. And I literally, so they rebooked my flight. I literally sat there for 15 minutes and watched my plane
sit there.
Yeah. And then I watched it leave.
And
then I was there for 3 hours.
I
was going to Houston. I had a flight to LA. Layover in LA for 8 hours.
Oh my God.
And then go to Houston. And I didn't land in Houston until like midnight.
From 10 in the morning until midnight? That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, get this, I was there for a karate tournament.
Missed it.
No, I didn't miss it. So I went to my hotel, went to bed, woke up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Went to the tournament, flew home at 5.
Oh, yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
No chill time.
No.
Were you participating in the tournament?
No, it was like
just
working.
For your team, yeah. Team, I don't know what you call it. Team? Sure. Cool. All right. So, next one on the list. Are you ready? Chug it. Sick.
Ready. That was loud.
It was very loud.
I'm sorry.
So, this one is cynophobia. CYNO phobia.
The fear of movies.
No. So,
I feel like we just talked. Did we talk about this?
I just read the name of this off to you earlier to let you think about it a little bit longer. So yeah, cynophobia, not the fear of movies. That would be like CIN.
Right.
But this is CYN. CYNO.
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 Kino.
Cyno. Kino.
Kinophobia. Kinophobia.
The fear of tornadoes.
No. So, this is the fear of dogs.
What?
So, it's frequently linked to particular life situations, including being bitten by a dog as a youngster. Such occurrences can be highly distressing and trigger phobias that persist into adulthood. The phobia is not just a typical dread of stray dogs. It is an unreasonable and excessive fear that can seriously affect the person's life and ability to operate. For instance, a person with cynophobia might be unable to walk down a street because they know a dog lives there.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of dogs, really. I'm not a dog person, and I know that's like shocking. Like, I love certain dogs. I'm just like, if I had a pet, it wouldn't be a dog most of the time.
Right.
But I do think that has a lot to do with just I live in a tiny apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would hate to have a dog that couldn't be a dog.
Right. No, I agree.
I like cats because they take up small room. They're pretty independent.
Mm-hmm.
If I could train a cat to use the toilet, like, and meet the Fockers, or meet the
that would be
meet
awesome.
the parents, I'd be down. I'd probably have a cat, but that's just because cat litter is kind of the worst in an apartment, especially.
Mm-hmm.
We know from experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little easier to hide it in a house. But I have been bitten by a dog. I have scars on my hand, like up my middle finger. It, like, you can't really see it now, but it goes from like right here on my finger all the way up to the fingertip.
Ouch.
Still not afraid of them.
I was bit by a dog, but it didn't puncture.
Yeah.
It didn't break the skin. My cousin was bitten by a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to go get like 14 stitches in his leg.
Shit.
And I passed out watching him get stitches.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, what, 13?
Jeez.
And I'm just standing there watching him like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, blood. And I passed out. It was crazy.
I didn't need stitches or anything. It drew blood. The dog, I was playing though, and the dog was playing and just got me, you know?
Yeah.
Just a family pet. Not a big deal.
Take him to the backyard.
Take him out back. Mama said I can't keep you no more. But yeah, I don't know anyone with a huge fear of dogs either.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know. I do know someone who was afraid of just a specific breed of dogs, and that doesn't make sense to me either.
Okay.
But
sure.
I guess it could have something to do with this phobia, you know? And like, you got bit by that dog when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're afraid of that specific dog type.
Yeah.
Because you get the flashbacks.
Flashback. Getting bit by a dog. Oh.
All right. So we got a couple more on the list. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, astrophobia. ASTRA phobia.
I'm going to say the fear of space, Alex.
You'd be incorrect.
Oh.
So astrophobia is the dread of thunder and lightning. So those with this phobia feel paralyzing fear when they encounter such weather-related occurrences. Shaking, quick heartbeat, and accelerated respiration are signs of astrophobia, which kind of fall in line with all the other phobias, right? So people with this phobia may take considerable measures to cover or hide from the weather event, such as hiding in bed under the covers or ducking inside a cupboard or restroom during a thunderstorm with lightning and or thunder. Occasionally, or additionally is what it said. I read the entirely wrong word. Those with the phobia frequently become too obsessed with the weather, constantly monitoring the regional and global climate. So you become obsessed like a weatherman.
Oh.
But you could make a good job.
And you get a reasonable career out of
it. I love thunderstorms. Lightning's awesome, like, to look at. Yeah, I'd be afraid if like there was lightning striking near me.
Yeah.
Like that's a rational fear, but I don't get like super terrified of thunder and lightning.
I used to have like fascinations, or like not really fascinations, but just like weird thoughts of like getting struck by lightning and then like coming back superhuman.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just like, yeah.
Like static shock.
Yeah.
Have you seen people who have scars from getting struck by lightning?
Yeah, and it's just like,
it looks like a family tree. Like,
it's crazy.
It is pretty crazy. I don't want to get struck by lightning just for that cool effect, but like, I've definitely seen lightning strikes pretty dang close to where I'm at. I think just last year there was monsoon season, and lightning struck like a lamppost, like one of the light posts in the parking lot of where I work. And there was sparks and all that kind of, it was super bright. Sparks flew. That was it. And I was like, that was sick. And it was like bright green light. It was wild. But yeah, I don't have a fear of thunder and lightning at all.
Me either.
All right then, moving on.
Me either.
Trypanophobia.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Trypano.
Trypanophobia.
Trypanophobia or trypanophobia. Again, I have a science degree, but it's a lie. It's in art, so I don't know how to read these words very well. Trypanophobia. I need a guess.
I'm gonna say the fear of.
Mm-hmm. And just remember, these are like the 10 most common fears.
Right.
So what do you hear people talk about they're afraid of lately? All the time.
The fear.
Uh-huh.
Of.
Uh-huh. And this is for the Arizona Green Hard Tea. You have to get at least 3 right to earn the tea.
The fear of falling.
No. This is the fear of injections. Yeah, so like many phobias.
Nettles.
It can cause a lot of the same effects. And it affects 20 to 30% of adults.
I can see that.
So even when they have a physical or dental disease that requires care, people with this phobia may avoid seeing doctors, dentists, and other healthcare providers. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Do you have a fear of getting injections? As we look at tattoos on our bodies.
Yeah.
I think there was a time when I was afraid of getting shots.
I was afraid just because we didn't get him. I didn't get him often.
Yeah.
And then I was afraid of the tetanus shot specifically because I always heard
it sucked.
It was like, oh, my arm after my tetanus shot. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was whatever.
I think I had more of a fear of like donating blood because the needles are larger and they're a little scarier because they're larger. But now that I've like donated plasma and blood and all that kind of stuff, it's not that scary anymore. Like, yeah. And we've told the story of when you and me donated blood. Yeah, it's not that scary. I'm not really afraid of needles or anything like that. Injections, like, I think I have a fear of getting injected with random stuff just as much as anyone else would, you know? It's like how many times in movies do you see someone just like inject a needle into the back of someone's neck and they pass out? We've seen Dexter. But like, I don't think that's a huge fear. I don't go to the doctor or anything like that because of the price, not because of the injections.
Right.
Yeah. American healthcare sucks.
Agreed.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
This one you should get.
Big money.
So if you get this one right, you get the green tea.
Okay.
And you could crack it right here, right now.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Social anxiety disorder. Social phobia. That's what it is. I gotta love that the acronym for social anxiety disorder is SAD. So what is this disorder?
Fear of being social or in public settings.
Perfect. That's exactly it. Crack open that green tea.
Shake that bitch up.
It's not carbonated, just for anyone thinking about it. Like, you won. Congratulations. You won. So while you're doing that, social phobia is the fear of being in social situations. Oh.
Smells like cat food.
It tastes just like green tea with alcohol.
Yeah, I feel like the alcohol smell is making it smell weird.
Just try it, man.
That's A-okay.
So at the shop, like store that I bought the pack from, they have just the green tea packs right now. So you can just get an 18 pack of just the hard green teas, with ginseng, honey, lemon, pumpkin, nuts, nutmeg, cinnamon, nutmeg,
and pumpkin spice.
I don't think anyone remembers that joke as much as we do.
Yeah.
And the cinnamon allspice. Ginseng, honey. But people with this phobia are terrified of being observed or embarrassed in public.
Right.
Even routine activities like eating a meal might make people anxious. Social phobias frequently start in adolescence and can last the rest of one's life. So I don't think I have like a fear or a phobia of social situations. I don't like eating around people a lot of the time, like especially people I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't like doing it. If someone I don't know is watching me eat, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I do have like a slight fear of eating around people. Mainly because I just feel like I'm being judged.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Of what I'm eating or why I'm eating that.
Right.
Or why, why is this fat ass in his car eating a bag of hot Cheetos and a Coke?
Yeah.
For
Coke
lunch?
Zero.
Yeah, Coke Zero.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely sometimes have social phobias when it comes to like new places. I don't like going to new places. Like if I'm not, at least alone, and I don't know why. It's just become a thing in the last like 5 years or so, where just a new place doesn't sound fun if I'm gonna go alone. Like I'm not gonna go try that new restaurant that opened by myself.
Right. True.
I don't know why. Yeah. It's just a thing.
No, I get it.
But if someone else was like, "Hey, we should go try that new restaurant," I'm like, "Let's go."
I get it.
Yeah. It's gotten worse, Juan.
Oh.
I won't even go to like a new car wash. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I don't know what that car wash is gonna do to my car. You know, like, or like, oh, a new grocery store I haven't been to. Weird. Like,
I don't need groceries.
I don't need groceries, then, man. But yeah, I don't know. There's sometimes I just don't want to go places, and I don't think it's a social phobia. I think I know I have anxiety in general, and sometimes I just let my anxiety win, because why not?
I don't know if this is social anxiety, but it also has to do with food. Like if I'm at work and I go pick up lunch, I get the most anxiety to walk my food in a bag. Like, or holding a pizza or
think
whatever.
People are judging what you're doing?
Not only judging, but I also hate when people go, "Oh yeah, what'd you get us?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that for me? Oh, thanks.
I
I'm
do
like,
that to
get
people.
the fuck away from me.
I do that to people at work all the time. They'll come in with Starbucks. I'm like, oh, is that for me? Like, I'm always joking.
Or there's this like older man that like he literally doesn't say anything. He just puts his hands out like.
Like you're an Uber driver or Uber Eats driver. Like,
did you get me food?
So I get that feeling. I don't typically bring food to work. I work in food. But I'll go to Fry's, like, grocery store right next door. I'll just go to Fry's, grab some stuff, and come back in. It doesn't bother me. But I've realized there have been times, especially because I live in an apartment that's frequently busy. You know what I mean? Like, there are people out and about doing stuff in their apartments or outside their apartments. There have been times where I'm, like, walking in with, like, a thirst buster.
Yeah.
And I only usually get thirst busters when, I just am really craving a soda because I'm trying not to buy soda at home anymore. Or I'm sick. Like, I'll get an icy when my throat's sore or something, because who doesn't love a good icy when your throat's sore,
Yeah.
But I'll come in, like, I'm holding my thirst buster. Maybe I got, like, some chips or whatever. And I'm just like, God, these people really think nothing of me. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, wow, look at this guy with this thirst buster again.
This guy.
Or, like, coming home after work and carrying, like, a box of food from work. It's like, what do they think?
It's like, oh, you couldn't afford a fucking $2 bottle soda. You got the 70-cent fountain drink.
So 20-ounce sodas are not $2 anymore. They're like $4 each, or 2 for $7. I bought a water on the way here that cost me $1, and I'm down for that. Dizzown
to drizzown.
The next phobia on this list, because we only have 2 left, and we're at the 50-minute mark.
Okay.
this one sucks because I didn't realize this has become such a big thing. And I'll talk more about it once I tell you the name, which is agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Agoraphobia.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of leaving your house.
That is it.
Going outside.
Yeah. The reason I said this one sucks is because I got diagnosed with this like 2021.
Really?
Yeah. Which I never thought of. Like, I was like, I don't have agoraphobia. That sounds stupid. Like, I go out all the time. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But it was 2021. Like, the pandemic made it scary for everyone to go outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people didn't get scared about going outside. But I also, like, lived in a brand new town that I didn't ever get to, like, experience because the pandemic hit, like, three or 4 months after I moved there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the doctor's like, yeah, you have agoraphobia. And I'm just like, why? Because I don't want to go to the Walmart here? Because I don't want to go anywhere besides work in my apartment? Yeah, I don't know anybody. I don't know anything. But when I started having panic attacks, anytime I would go to, like, Panda Express, you know, and I I got to go to this gas station I've never been to because the other one's closed. I realized that's a problem. So it usually affects the most people between their late teens to their mid 30s.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could see that because I feel like as I get older, I'm getting more and more paranoid about certain things.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
But is that because you're getting older or because the world is getting crazier?
Well, the world is definitely getting crazier, but I'm also getting, like, you know, slightly wiser, slightly smart. Like, not smarter, but just, like, you make smarter decisions. Yeah. Right? And now I'm like, I don't want to drive next to that truck. Yeah. Because it is driving on the line. You know?
Or I don't want to go to downtown Tucson because too many fights break out.
Oh, and people pull out guns. And
yeah, all the time,
people.
Right?
I will say this, and nothing scares me more than this thought. And this is for you. This is for the audience. This is a PSA. A PSA. At this point.
A PSA.
A PSA. All right? I had not necessarily a coworker, but an acquaintance.
A colleague?
Not even an acquaintance. A colleague. Okay? Someone who worked at my place of work.
Yeah. You heard about it through the grapevine.
Spoke to them maybe a couple times. Okay? This man, and you can look it up if you want. This man was shot and murdered at a gas station by a 12-year-old boy.
The fuck?
A 12-year-old boy. And this 12-year-old boy apparently was already wanted by the police for armed robbery. So if a 12-year-old is capable of willingly pulling out a gun and shooting up the place.
What if they get past 12?
WTF. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I mean, this phobia has a lot to do with, like, being alone in a place or circumstance, or the fear of crowded places. And, you know, it can result in panic attacks for these reasons, right?
You know what? I do hate when, like, the grocery store is crowded. And I start getting anxiety. And then, like, I can't make decisions.
Yeah.
And then...
So you're just like, I'm done.
There was a time me and Maria were grocery shopping, and I started getting weird. I was just like getting like just frustrated, and I had anxiety. And when I get anxiety, I can't like talk. You know, I
get that way too.
I just shut down. I'm just like,
and you almost get like you seem frustrated all the time, but it's just because you're like, for me at least, my brain can't keep things straight.
It's like,
so I just shut off.
Do you want the hot Cheetos? Or the hot Cheetos with lime, God damn it! And I'm like, I don't know.
Get them both.
Fuck it.
No, dude, I think like for me, it's if it starts to feel really crowded in a room, I do kind of just shut down. And by room, I mean like grocery store, work even sometimes.
Yeah.
And my brain will just go into like standby mode for a bit, and everyone's like, why are you pissed? And I'm like, I'm not pissed. I'm trying to figure things out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where my head is right now.
Yeah.
But
I know that feeling.
When the doctor that prescribed me, diagnosed me, there's the word, diagnosed me with agoraphobia. Like he didn't tell me, like at first, so he had it all written down and everything, and I was like looking at everything, and he's like, I was like, what is agoraphobia? Because I didn't even know the word. I was like, what does this mean? He's like, well, you get stressed out when this happens, when this happens, when this happens. It's like, oh, crowded rooms, empty rooms, places that are unfamiliar. And I said, yep. So yeah, dude, it causes panic. And like I said, it's, it usually happens most to late teens, mid 30s, which we fall into that category still. So solid. The condition frequently starts with an unplanned and spontaneous panic attack, which is what happened to me. I had a panic attack where I just couldn't keep it together. And I left, because I was just like, why do I feel mad, sad, and happy all at the same time? And that's a weird combination of feelings, So yeah, dude, I got help, which was awesome. I'm trying to be more like on top of like going out and being
present. Yeah.
But also I still don't want to go out drinking like I used to when we were teens. I think about the scary shit that happened. Like, it happens all over Twitter, dude. Like, because I still get updates for, like, What's Up Tucson. Shout out to What's Up Tucson.
Yeah.
Then we can tag them.
Every time I go somewhere and I get pat down, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. The reason I'm getting pat down is so I can enjoy this.
Exactly.
Like, in the last couple concerts we've been to, we get patted down and go through a metal detector. And my first thought is, this is a bunch of fucking bullshit.
And hell yes.
But also sick. And then we go to the patio of whatever venue we're at, and you can clearly see how easy it is to just pass through the thing. And then my anxiety starts kicking up again. And then I'm like, no, we're at a show about positivity. But then my brain goes, but this song's also really sad. And then I'm like, oh, Juan's here. We're chilling.
We're chill.
Juan's body is a weapon.
Shield.
All right, I got one last one on this list.
Okay.
And it's funny because I read this and I read it incorrectly the first time. Because there's this thing called misophonia, which I know we've talked about in the past because I have misophonia as well, which is like repeated sounds can cause you to go into like a panic or aggression, like how I hate mouth noises.
Right.
But this one is misophobia.
Oh.
And it's MYSO phobia instead of MISO phonia, so miso or misophobia.
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 Misophobia. Sorry.
All right, that's the episode for today. As we just break down completely.
I'm 2 3/4 in, dude.
You're hitting it hard.
I'm like
T.
Hard.
Arizona hard T. Yeah, misophobia.
I'm not gonna get it right. So just go ahead and tell me this last one.
Just take a guess.
I won.
Take a guess.
I did win. Okay.
Take a guess.
Miso.
Phobia.
Miso. Misophobia. The fear of
just go for it.
Fear of soup.
Like miso soup.
Yeah.
No. Misophobia or misophobia or misophobia, however it's pronounced, because I didn't want to look it up any further than just that, is the excessive fear of germs and dirt.
Oh.
So it can cause people to excessively wash their hands or even avoid items or situations they believe to be dirty. This phobia may occasionally have the similar symptoms with obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD. It can cause individuals to avoid direct physical contact with others due to a fear of infection. It can cause an excessive reliance on disinfectants and an obsession with media news concerning disease outbreaks. Mm-hmm. So people with this phobia also avoid places like hospitals, airplanes, schools, pharmacies, anywhere germs are more likely to be present. I just think of what's his name?
Monk.
That or what's the kid from It? Whose mom makes him like take all the drugs and medicine, and he's afraid of lepers. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember his name. Because there's Richie, there's Stanley, there's the other kid. You know what I'm talking about.
The other kid, then the one that's afraid of germs.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, no, I don't. I think there have been times where I'm afraid of germs. If something looks disgusting, I'm not gonna friggin' touch it. Mm-hmm. If something looks dirty, I'm not gonna friggin' touch it.
Yeah.
I do get a little like I get the heebs and sometimes the jeebs. When I stick my hand like behind something I know hasn't been cleaned in a long time. And then like I said, I just moved, so having to wipe everything down with like Clorox wipes or whatever just to make sure they're good.
I feel that.
There's also just like a period of time when you move to a new place, especially if it's been lived in before, where you're like, my germs aren't on it yet. I'm not going to eat off the floor. Yeah. Like if you drop something on the counter, you're like, nah, I'm just going to throw it away.
Yeah. One time I moved into a new apartment and I was taking a shower and the
drain?
The bathtub started like getting full and I was like, weird. So I just dealt with it for a while. Yeah. And then after a while, I was like, this is getting ridiculous. And I freaking like went in the thing and I fucking started.
Like a little snake?
Scooping some shit out, you know. Ew. And I found a whole ass Band-Aid in there.
Gross.
Bloody still.
Ew.
And, yeah.
That's a different situation. That's just straight up disgusting.
It was gross.
But like, I think this phobia is more of like, oh, there's people in there that could be sick.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a hospital. There's definitely sick people. I ain't going there. I'm afraid of it. And it causes them to panic. But I think like...
Me no like it.
I think you going and digging out a dirty ass Band-Aid from your drain
is pretty gross. I didn't do it with my fingers. I will say that. I was using little
tongs.
Yeah. Thongs.
Thongs. The last apartment I lived in before the current like complex that I live in, when I moved in, there was pee splattered all over the walls. And I don't know what they decided to do when they were cleaning this apartment.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. They didn't clean the apartment. Yeah. It was disgusting. And I don't know how many, like, I sprayed the walls down so much. Like, I didn't give a fuck how, like, much water ended up on the floor because I was spraying disinfectant all over that bathroom. But again, cheap, gross apartment, it's gonna be dirty.
Yeah.
So, those are our list of the 10 most common phobias in the world at the moment.
That was fun.
It was pretty fun. We learned a little bit more about each other, about ourselves.
Yeah. How many did I get right? I got
4?
definitely 3. 4?
3? We'll count arachnophobia since
5.
You got it.
I got 5.
Maybe it was just 4.
I got 4.
Yeah, someone let us know in the comments down below when you're watching this.
I got 3 to get this one.
Yeah.
Was that including arachnophobia?
No. So 4.
And then I got the agoraphobia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5. Yeah, look at you. Half of them right. Look at you go.
50%, just like high school.
But yeah, let us know in the comments down below if you suffer from any of these so we know what not to put in the video. And also, if, you're lucky that we're recording this episode so late because the video has to go out so quickly after we record it that I'm not going to put pictures of all these things in the video.
Yeah.
So don't be weird. Yeah, when I'm not putting pictures of spiders. If you're this far in, you already know. Just this little jump scare. There's not going to be any like clusters of holes or anything if anyone's afraid of those. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those just kind of give me the heebs and the jeeps. Yeah.
I get it.
But yeah, I'm super glad we did this for our halfway. We're over halfway for our spooky season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't say spooky once until right now. Do it.
Spooky. And Arizona hard.
And Arizona hard teas. So you made it this far.
Huh?
What? Chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it. Was that one better than the peach? Goes down a little smooth.
Yeah, went down smoother.
Mm-hmm. Also, though, I think it'd be fun to just dump this into like a big can. You know, like mix a big can of the green tea with the little can of the hard one. Mm-hmm. Just bring down the alcohol taste a little bit.
Bring it down a smidge.
But also then you can enjoy it way longer. You know, you'll get so much more out of it. But anyways, we're not talking about Arizona hard tea on this episode.
We are not.
But we have a lot. But thank you again for listening to BJ in the Morning. Be sure to follow us on, what are we doing? TikTok first? TikTok at
BJ in the Morning _
Instagram at
BJ in the Morning _
still Twitch at
BJ in the Morning _
And then if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe,
hit that bell, like, comment,
share the video with your friends. We appreciate the support. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
leave a review.
We want to know.
Subscribe.
Yeah, we want to know how we're doing. Let other people know how we're doing.
And to be honest, one more of these hard teas, dude, I'd probably be
taking his shirt off.
Pretty toasty, dude.
He'd probably take his shirt off.
You're lucky this episode wasn't longer.
Yeah, just wait till the live stream when we drink a whole pack of them. Whenever that's going to be. Keep an eye out, but be sure to, hit the bell for notifications here, because we might be going live either on YouTube or Twitch. So keep an eye out for when we drop more information about that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, maybe. For sure, not.
Wow, what a throwback. Thanks again for listening to BJ in the Morning. I'm Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And good luck with your phobias out there.
And we'll talk to you next time.
You just leave that in there.